Let's take a look at another example. We have cosecant inverse of negative 2 radical 3 over 3. So here's our ratio. We need to figure out an angle. And furthermore, that angle needs to be between 540 degrees and 630 degrees. Two extreme angles that are outside the typical range of the inverse of the unit circle. Now this is not in terms of sine, cosine, or tangent, so no, we need to convert it. We'll use this identity. Cosecant inverse of x is equal to sine inverse of 1 over x. So our x is here. We're going to plug it in for x here. We've done this before. We're going to get sine inverse of negative square root of 3 over 2. Tells us it's exactly the same thing as cosecant inverse of negative 2 radical 3 over 3. So whatever we figure out here will be our answer because they're equivalent. Next up, step 2. We need to figure out where on the unit circle does sine equal negative radical 3 over 2. That's the y value on the unit circle. Going back to our unit circle. That will be right here at let's go to degrees since this is degrees. We'll be here, which is 240 degrees. That's the y value. Let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Okay. And at 300 degrees, the y value is also negative radical 3 over 2. So at 240 and 300, sine will be equal to that. So that's a good start. That gives us degrees in the unit circle. Again, that's 240 and 300. So those angles don't fall within the range they gave us. So we need to make sure these angles fall within that range. Step 4, write the range with common denominator. Well, since the range is in degrees, we don't have to do this like we did with radians. But we do need to ask the question, how can we get 240 and 300 to fall within this range? Well, good thing you can do is add 360, right? And see if it falls within that range. So let's see if we can do that. All right. We will add 360 to it in hopes that the new angle will be within this range. So if you add 360 to 240, does it fall within this range? And again, the reason we can add 360 is because you're basically, rotating 360 degrees counterclockwise, you end up at the same point that you started with. Let's look at the unit circle and see what that looks like for 240. Here's 240. If we add 360, it will look like this. Same exact point, 360 degrees more, right? I believe that's 600, right? Yeah, 600 degrees is the same as 240. So that's kind of what it looks like. All right, let's go back here. If we had 360 to 240, we will get 600, and 600 does fall within that range they originally gave us. So we know what? We know that 600 degrees is the same as 240, and the y value there is negative square root of 3 over 2. So therefore, cosecant would be negative 2 radical 3 over 3. So therefore, 600 works. Okay? Again, it's actually just this angle right here. This is 600 degrees, which will ensure that cosecant is equal to negative 2 radical 3 over 3. All right, now we need to add 360 to the other angle that we got. The other angle that we got was 300. Since 300 is not between 540 and 630, we will add 360 in hopes that it will be between those two angles. However, when we add 360 to 300, it doesn't work. Okay? Now 300 worked on the standard unit circle, right? But it doesn't fall within the range they gave us. So we will exclude that 300 value, and we will definitely exclude 360 because it doesn't fall within that range. So 300 was too small, 660 was too big. Nothing in between will work because that would be between a complete rotation. It wouldn't be the same point. Okay? So, this is what we're saying. 300 works for negative radical 3 over 2, right? But if we try to go 360 around, we get 660, which doesn't fall within that range, so it won't work. Okay. So that means we only have one answer here. 600 is the only one that worked, that fell within this range, and therefore cosecant inverse of -2 radical 3 over 3 is equal to 600 degrees for these two angles. Therefore, our answer is 600 degrees. So sometimes only one angle works, and that's okay. That's it for this example of inverse trig functions with extreme angle answers. If you have any other questions about it, let me know.